Okay, so I've been on this journey for quite some time. And the interesting thing is, I actually came here I'm not like everybody else. Like, I guess you could say I'm a moon child versus an earth child. And some people call me an earth angel. I came here with my heart chakra open. I've been living from here up my whole entire life. And I learned to assimilate with people who live from here down in the chakra system. I have fun. I love to party, dance, stuff like that. But I'm still always here up. I'm very aware, always intuitive, very spiritual, from a very early age. And it's really interesting because a lot of the beliefs that I had, I've been journaling since I was 7. And a lot of the beliefs that I had that I've journaled, I just heard in Dolores Cannon's Beginning of the New Earth or something like that. I can't remember. I've actually, all the videos that I watch, if you guys want to catch up with me, are in my playlist on YouTube. So if you go to playlist, which is like all the videos I've watched and I like, you can kind of catch up to what I've been learning and stuff. Or you're probably ahead of me. I don't know. Everybody's different. But everything that she said was all of my core beliefs. I remember being 13 years old, sitting on the roof of my garage, and I remember calling my friend and being like, I think that people are gay because in their past lives they were a woman, and in this life they're a man, but they still like men, and vice versa. I was like, I know it's out there, whatever, but like, I don't know, it just came to me. That was 26 years ago, you know? And I'm 39 now. Shh. And she was saying the same thing. And I'd never seen this video. And that was before the internet. That was before computers. Like, we didn't even have well, maybe we had Apple computers, but it was like DOS. You know what I mean? Like, information wasn't out there. Like, those books weren't out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everything that came to me, I've been downloaded since I was since I was a kid. And the conversations I had with people that were older than me were always, I don't know, I guess you could say like I'm an old soul. And everything that I say is going to happen, I say 20 years in advance, which is really crazy. And my friend Rosie, sorry, she hates it when I say her name, but I can't help it. She said one thing, and I have to say it, and it's a compliment. She's like, when you were younger, it was kind of like, what's up with Myra? But now I get it. Now I get it because you were ahead of your time. And thank you. I appreciate that. It's a beautiful compliment, and I appreciate that. So when and I won't say your name anymore in video, sorry. And so when I meet people or I see these videos and people are like, you're having this awakening and you're getting all this information and blah, blah, blah. I can't understand because it's just what I know. Like, it's just how I've lived my whole life. Like, getting into the new stuff, like with the Reiki and the crystals and stuff like that, that's new and exciting to me. I didn't know any of that. That's all new information. But the basic core truths that I grew up with are the basic core truths that are in all of this. Down to, like, if you look down to where Hinduism was the base religion and then everything came after that and mimicked the stories. The Greeks mimicked Hinduism, Catholicism mimicked the Hinduism stories. It's like, really interesting how it all, boils down to that. But the core truths throughout all of those religions, throughout Islam and Judaism, they're all the same core truths. And I've always said that since I was a kid. I was like, it sounds like all these religions are the same. We just worship God in a different way. And obviously everybody sees that now. But the one thing I think I came here to do was to be free. And by being free, and you'll see if you follow me, as I progress, like I've been to 26 countries. I have most of them videotaped. I'm actually going to edit them at some point and start putting them on there. And you'll see the conversations that I have with the universe and the conversations that I have when I'm on these trips and my random thoughts. And, it's pretty wild. But by being free and doing things that most people don't normally do, I feel like by doing that, I inspire other people to step outside of their world and then look into things and then open their minds. And as I'm taking this journey, every day I talk to a few people and I'm like, oh, let me tell you what I learned today, and then they're like, oh my gosh. But that inspires them and that teaches them. And then they go and have conversations. And then that it's like a trickle down theory, that actually works. And so I just think it's interesting that everybody's on a very different spiritual journey. And I actually revel and enjoy. Oh, I ordered some food, so it's coming. I actually revel and enjoy seeing people go from, like an earthly plane to a spiritual plane, or from where they are to the next level. And then there's a lot of people that are more advanced than I am, that I've met, and I can't wait to travel to India to learn more, and then go to Tibet. And these are like my future travels that I'm looking forward to learn even more and get a deeper perspective and climb the mountains, to get that feeling of connectedness with that part of the world and that part of the religion. But the whole point of this video is that I feel that my purpose is to be free and to share my knowledge. Let me school you. Whenever I don't make videos, I feel like the universe kind of hurts me and pushes me, and it's like, you're supposed to speak. And I get these dreams that are saying don't shut up, talk. So I'm over the next, I think, couple of days, I'm just going to shoot out video after video after video, whether it makes sense or not. Just because I think the whole point of learning is to share it. And they say that, random, changing subject, they say that we're in a matrix, but then sometimes they say that you're connected to source, and when you sleep, the whole point of being on this planet is to learn as much as you can, and then when you sleep, you go back to source, you share that knowledge, and then you come back. I think that's really interesting. So I always wonder why sometimes people pass and others don't. I know I'm a knowledge seeker. I'm always learning. I'm always experiencing life. I feel like the gods or God or the universe looks down on you, and they laugh at me every day, and they're like, she's so funny. And I'm like, that's why I'm still alive. It's the only reason I'm still alive is because I crack them up, and you know what I mean? And we're always talking, and I'm like, did you see that? And that's the kind of relationship that I have with the universe. I call God G. I'm like, yo, what up, G? So that's random thoughts. I don't even know where I started, but that's just kind of how the Let Me School You channel is. But hopefully this resonated with somebody, and I know the videos aren't meant to reach everybody, but I know this journey is very not difficult, but it's different. There's a lot of roller coaster rides. Oh, that's another thing. Sometimes I feel like the reason we're on this planet is because we chose to be on it. Everyone's like, no, this is a matrix, we're stuck in it. Some people say that it's all about reincarnation. Some people say that this is a school and you're constantly learning. Other people say go into the light. Other people say don't go into the light, blah, blah, blah. I honestly think that when we get out of here, we look back and we're like, that was wicked awesome! Like a roller coaster ride, and you're like, let's do it again! And then, and then you jump in, and you're like, let's do it again! And then you jump in and do another life, and then, I've gotten to the point, and I've always tried to just live my life. My mom always told me, just have fun and live your life, and do everything according to your age. And that's what I try to do. I just try to have fun and enjoy life, and when something's negative, I try to just be happy. And if somebody throws some negative energy at me, I try to transform it into something positive and something beautiful. And whenever somebody has a negative thing to say to me, I always try to make it nice. And I'm like, oh, well, that's not how I perceived it. I perceived it this way. And oh, that's another thing. Another one of my gifts, if you guys ever need advice or whatever, is people will tell me what's going on, and then I'll give them the perspective of the other person. So a lot of people can only think the way that they think. And I have a gift, I call it, where I can give you 5 or 10 different scenarios that are completely different from your perception. And then you can finally see how the other person sees it. And I do this with everything in my life, which is why, I maintain good relationships with people. And if a friendship ended, it's usually their fault, or their choice. And the only time I've ever been rude or nasty to somebody is when I was clapping back. Never that I initiated that. I was actually clapping back because of some of the stuff that they've done to me. So if we're not friends, you should look at that. Usually standing me up, not being there, talking about me, thinking that you're above me or whatever. you know, and then me clapping back, and then all of a sudden you're like, I don't want to be your friend, and I'm like, I don't really care because I'm just clapping back. So if you don't want to be my friend because because of what I did to you, imagine how I feel because that's what you've been doing to me this whole time. Anyway, so I forgot what the point of that I was talking about. I said the roller coaster ride, clapping my, I don't know. I do that sometimes. It'll come to me later. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.